Hi, everyone. Welcome to Intentional Excellence Podcast, where we share stories of personal growth, resilience, and intentionality. I'm your host, Candice Ruggiero, keynote speaker, podcaster, aspiring author, educator, and an entrepreneur. This podcast is a space where we share stories of people who have pursued excellence through their courage and determination. So, whether you're joining us from Spotify, YouTube, or any other platform, I just want to say that I'm thrilled to have you join us in this podcast tonight. So, I'm excited for today because we have a phenomenal guest. Her name is Rachel Adair. And Rachel has left, because of Rachel's expertise and passion, she has left a lasting mark in the beauty industry. But before I introduce her to you, let me first share things that Rachel has been busy with and let's get to know Rachel first. All right, so Rachel's journey in hair and makeup began early, leading her to to be a graduate from the Ohio State Beauty Academy in the 90s. She went on to become a dedicated instructor there and has since gained 26 years of experience as an independent stylist. And she spent 22 years of those in Ohio. Now, Rachel is with us in Florida, where she owns Hair with Adair in Plant City. She specializes in Kenra hair color, where she creates looks for formal events. Rachel's dedication to making clients feel beautiful and her commitment to career advancement is definitely inspiring. In her free time, she loves shopping, swimming, and traveling with her son Tyrell and her two dogs, Toby and Noonie. Toby and Noonie. All right, and I am honored to introduce to you a friend and a wonderful entrepreneur. We have Rachel Adair. Hi, Rachel. Rachel, before we dive or delve into your insights and your experiences, are there any other things that you would like to share with the audience about yourself?
No, we can just dive right in.
Uh huh. All right. Well, first of all, thank you for saying yes. Finally, I know I've asked you so many times, and I know you're very busy. Thank you for finally saying yes, and I'm truly honored. Thank you, Rachel.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. So, Rachel, owning a salon is no small feat. I know it's difficult, all right? Because I wanted to share with you that when I was 23, before I became an entrepreneur, I was a school owner at the age of 23 when all of these young ladies or young professionals were busy planning their life. I was running my business as a school owner. And how that started with me, Rachel? Yes, I'm gonna be sharing that I was fortunate enough to have the funds to open a school because funding is an important aspect when you're owning your own business, right? So in that aspect, I was fortunate enough, and I did share in one of my podcasts how I came about with those funds. But as a 23-year-old a young professional, I had with me two things: passion in the field of education, and second, I had that big dream in my head. I wanted to leave a lasting impact to my students and to the field of education. I wanted to be that youngest entrepreneur, that youngest school owner in the Philippines. And like I said, all I had in my head, passion and that um, unique goal, and that is to change the field of education. And there's so many things that I needed to do in order to manage my business, and I didn't have any formal business skills at that time. You know what I did, Rachel? I trusted my gut. I researched on my own, and I never stayed away from that long-term goal, which is providing students with higher excellence and higher academic experience. Now, Rachel, I had to take a leap from being just a teacher to becoming a school owner, and that's a big leap. Now, let me ask you, can you share a bit about what inspired you to take that leap as well, from being a hairstylist to now a salon owner, and maybe share with us what motivated you to step into entrepreneurship?
Right out of beauty school, Candice, it's really hard for a stylist to build, and people don't really talk about that and how hard it is to build that clientele base. And I worked as a commissioned stylist under someone else for 7 years and was a single mom at the time. And, I didn't have insurance for my son, and I took on a second job at a factory,
Okay.
third shift. And then, I became exhausted doing hair 3 days a week in salon, and then the other part of the time, I was doing it in my kitchen in my pajamas like a zombie. And I just eventually got tired of being tired, and
Mm-hmm.
I badly wanted to make my own hours. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I woke up one morning and something had just shifted in me, and I said, you know
Yeah.
what, I'm just going to go. I'm going to get my independent contractor's license, and trust that my clientele base was built enough that I could, swim on my own. And I did that. And thankfully, I found a day spa called Total Reflection Day Spa, and I ended up leasing there, doing hair for years. And it was just, uh, a private room at the spa, and it was just some of the best years of my life. It was the best decision that I have made. So that's what I did so that I could actually maintain being a mom and being a stylist and still
Uh-huh.
provide for him what I needed and be able to go to the extra activities for school and
Uh-huh.
be in his life, because I was just missing in action. I was at work during the day, during the night. I remember crying when it was time to go into the factory. I was building shifters for cars for GM, Chrysler, Ford, and it was just
Wow.
cry before I would go to work. I just want to go to sleep like everyone else, and couldn't because I needed that insurance. So
Yes.
that's what motivated me to become independent, and it was the best decision I ever made. It wasn't easy by any means,
Yes.
but that was my motivation.
Yeah, but to piggyback on your experience, I feel that, well, this year I wanted to share with you that I made a drastic move as well. From 30 years of being in the field of education, I left, didn't even think twice, and now I work from home. And I think you and I will both agree that the independence of not having to clock in, not spending what 7 8 hours in like a building or in a classroom, and just having some moments just for ourselves to really like get to know ourselves better and to have a good balance of personal and professional
Yeah.
life really matters, right, Rach?
Yes, it does. That hourly wage is not what it's cracked up to be.
Right. I mean, is it easy? No, it's not, because I still encounter problems working from home because I miss that collaboration with people. But you know what? I just try to find that collaboration that I am longing in other means, like maybe like just calling Rach, you want to go out, or like like you want to have coffee, or like simply just getting on the phone. And if I know some other friend of mine or colleagues that work from home, then I get that collaboration. All right, so it's not easy wherever you go, but I feel like working from home and owning our businesses really gives you and I that independence where we can just balance our personal and professional life, right?
Right.
I
Absolutely.
agree. Now, owning a business is really, it's not that easy. We encounter challenges, and we know that challenges are inevitable in whatever you do as a person, as a worker, but especially if you are owning your own business. So when I was a school owner, every day I had problems. Okay, I'm not going to say problem, I'm going to say challenges. It could be a small challenge, it could be a big one, it could be challenges concerning a student, my teachers, maybe like one of them can't make it, so I had to sub. It could be challenges wherein my school bus broke down and I have to like come up with something fast in order for me to like manage the school effectively with those little challenges that I have. So managing a school at the age of 23, Rach, made me strengthen two skills. And I think these two skills have helped me become who I am right now. These two skills that I've mastered from when I was 23 were adaptability and resilience. I feel that I'm able to manage anything that comes my way right now because I'm adaptable. I can be adaptable slash flexible. So whatever changes, whatever challenges that I encounter on a day to day basis, I'm okay because I can get out of that mindset of like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? I'm just like am able to like, okay, it's a challenge. Let me deal with it. I'm adaptable because I just feel that when you're an owner, things are gonna come up, things are gonna rise up. You need to be adaptable, not only with the people that you deal with, but the situation and just the running, day to day running of the business. So I learned adaptability and at the same time resilience. Um, People rely on you when you own a business. You people rely on you, your clients rely on you. When you're not available for us, I panic because I need you. Same thing with my teachers. I know that they rely with me, they rely on me. Students rely on me, making sure that the day-to-day aspect of the school is running smoothly. So we needed to build our resilience, especially if we are business owners. Now, Rachel, let me ask you, what are the biggest challenges that you've encountered in running your salon, and maybe share how did you overcome it?
Some of the biggest challenges, like I said before, nobody talks about how hard it is to start out as a hairstylist.
Yes.
First 3 to 5 years are really soul searching. And
Okay.
I am experiencing that again, starting out new. At year 22, I moved to Florida, which is almost 4 years ago now. I can't believe. But, it is really, really hard. And a lot of us have to work those two jobs, just for either insurance like I did, or, if you're not making enough money with your clientele, then you need that supplemental income to just survive. And your resilience and those things, like you said, the day-to-day things, and you say it so eloquently. You articulate yourself better because you're a speaker and I'm not. But the adaptability, I would say you need to learn to go with the flow. The
Yes.
day is just, the central air can be out. Just 2 weeks ago, my salon suite flooded. I think it was
Yeah.
last Saturday. My salon suite flooded, and I had to deal with that and rise up from that again. And it's just really important that you don't break stride. You have to have that resilience, and you have to have that drive, because it's just like life. Problems arise. You just got to keep going, and you think, okay, this isn't forever. This is just right now.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
mean, you have
Temporary.
day things every week. There's cancels and reschedules and things like that. But I think that it's just really, really important to not break stride and keep your eye on the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's these challenges that make us better individuals. I feel like I'm stronger, I'm more able to face reality because of all these little or big challenges that I've encountered growing up.
Yes.
Right, like, and like just being here in America, moving from the Philippines to Australia and America, have really developed my resilience because I get to manage my daily life with all the changes that happening when it comes to just like the difference, just like the challenges of moving, the challenges of running a business. I feel like these things really make us better individuals.
It is
And
soul
uh,
searching, isn't it? To
right,
not
right.
anyone and reinvent yourself and make new friends as an adult. And it really is soul searching.
And I wanted to share with you that I did start a business, not a business, it's a group, a women's advocacy group a month ago. Also, because of me gaining all these experiences in life. So I just didn't want to stop. All right, yes, it helped me build my resilience, but I need to go a step higher. I wanted to share my experiences now with people so that they can resonate with me and say that, hey, if Candice can deal with a loss of someone, if Candice can deal with being a good leader now, like yeah, she's becoming a lead. She was a leader by owning her school. If Candice can find her authenticity and intentionality, hey, maybe I can do it. So that's really also the purpose why I came up with this women's advocacy, because I wanted to share the lessons I learned from these challenges that made me become resilient. I just didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep moving.
Yes, and
Right?
you are so inspiring. You have inspired me, with our groups that we are in Tampa and these things. You're very inspiring.
Thank you, Rachel. I love that. Thank you so much. These little things motivate me too. When I hear people say, hey, your message last Monday resonated with me, oh, you don't know. I kind of like shed a tear whenever I hear, even like I every little person that says that I learned something from you. I you know, I tear up because I feel like, yay, I did it. I
But there's
did it. If I
positive spin everywhere. You can always look for the positive, and you've taught me that. So
Thank
I
you. Thank you. I love that. Thank you, Rachel.
don't cry. We're on a live podcast.
Oh, we're not crying. No, no, no. It's hard to put makeup on. All right. And by the way, Rachel is the one who taught me how to put makeup, like exactly what she's using. So thank you. Yeah, you've been an inspiration to me because I struggled putting makeup on, and she
I
told me exactly where to get it. And as soon as she told me, I ran to Ulta and spent $250 on makeup. Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. You're beautiful.
Thank you. All right. That's one of the episodes that I talk about. Rachel talks about emotional intelligence, which is basically how to build client relationships. Okay. Let me share with you my experience as a teacher mentor. So, like I told you, I work in the field of education for 30 years, and part of my role was mentoring new teachers. All right. And honestly, it's such a wonderful experience mentoring new teachers because um, I know the struggle of being a teacher. It has changed dramatically over the years. It's not enough that you graduate from a 4-year course, a teacher course, a degree in teaching. Being in an actual school setting right now, Rach, could be frightening and overwhelming. There's so many changes. I don't want to go in details about the hardships that the teachers are facing now because yes, there are hardships, but at the same time, there's a lot of celebration and a lot of like that big feeling of, hey, I'm a teacher, I'm making a difference. But like I said, as a teacher mentor, I needed to build that special connection with the teacher because for them to follow my suggestions, to follow whatever modeling that I do for them, they need to first trust me. like I can't just come in to her classroom, into her life, and change everything. And you're not trying to change her, you're just trying to empower her. Okay, so I needed to develop this special relationship with the new teacher so that they can fully trust me. And how did I do that? Rapport. I needed to build rapport with them, make them know that I'm a safe space. You can tell me anything and I'm welcome. Anything that you're struggling with, especially the things that you're struggling with. All right? So I have a balance talking to them about first, why are you a teacher? Tell me your why. Why are you here? And whenever we meet, I always get her back to the why of her teaching. And most of the teachers' why is really simply educating, empowering students. And if she has that motivation just to leave a mark and make students become best versions of themselves, then I know I can mentor her. Um, Conversation, talking to her, checking up on her, through phone or email, or really dropping by in her classroom at least every day and just checking on, hey, you need anything, are you okay? Building that in that relationship really helped me um, share what I think she can do to improve her teaching. And the good part is, if she trusts you, if there's trust in your relationship, then she's welcome to whatever feedback that you provide her. Whether it's a negative feedback, well, every feedback is constructive, especially when it comes to teaching. So, but looking back, in order for someone to accept that feedback, they need to first trust you. And it's important to build that meaningful, special connection with someone. And you can do that by checking up on them, genuine conversation, and just making them feel that, hey, I was in your place back then and you're gonna be all right. And let them know that I am here for you. Like sometimes they will just text me last minute, Candice, like my thing is not working. Can you come to my room? Like they know that they can trust you. That matters a lot. So you need to be dependable, you need to be visible. And I feel that for me, those are the things that I do to build relationships with the new teachers that I mentor. Now, hairstyling, Rachel, is such a personal service, right? So, how do you create a welcoming atmosphere in your salon and ensure that your clients feel valued and connected?
You know, hairstyling is such an intimate type of a business because it's touchy feely, and so clients come in and they spill their guts. So you kind of
Oh
find it.
no, I'm guilty.
Yes, you're guilty. You find yourself becoming somewhat of a counselor and, all of their problems. But the first time that a client comes into me, I try to listen and learn as much as possible. I think that building that relationship and solidifying that trust, like you said, is one of the most important things as a hairstylist. Because if they don't trust you, they're not going to do anything that you're suggesting with their hair. And, I've been told that I can be quite funny at times.
Yes,
So
you are.
I do like to incorporate a little bit of humor, and I'll always have on relaxing music, or I'll have my Eco Dot going and play the kind of music that the particular client likes or whatever. Offer them a drink or, some chocolates. I always have chocolate in here, by the way. Chocolate.
Yes,
And,
yes.
yeah, and then with a thorough consultation, it's really important because then you can tailor that specific service, to that client's needs. And every client needs something different, and I just want to give them that, confidence that is so wonderful when I see that come to the surface and they're just as beautiful on the outside as they are on the inside. But I definitely get to know the insides first, and we do that relationship. And I guarantee if I do your hair regularly on a regular basis and you call me and you get in right away, you are considered a friend of mine. So yeah, I think this is the most important thing, is solidifying that relationship.
Okay, I have to share with the audience how we first met. Okay, all right. So three
So
years ago, 3 years ago, I needed to find my hairstylist. Right, I was new in the area, and where I lived, I don't want to mention where. I didn't really find anyone that would meet my needs or be comfortable with. And for some reason, one of my colleagues just said, go to Plant City and go to this salon. And I'm not sure if they said Rachel Adair, right? But I know I stepped in that salon and you were there and you took me in. From that day on, 3 years ago, I've never been to any or with any hairstylist. I have never trusted anyone to touch my hair. Not because I'm picky, not because I'm very flexible. I'm really not picky. It's not that. It's because of the relationship that you have with every individual. You touch me for some reason. That's the reason now that I move away, like farther from your salon. That's the reason why I continuously drive an hour just to
yes,
see
you
you.
drive an hour to see me.
I know it's not because you do better with hair. Because to be honest, eh, I'm sure I can go anywhere if I just want convenience. But you're great with your hair, with fixing my hair, and it's that relationship. It's that you hear me, I hear you. It's 2 3 hours of pure. What do we do, Rachel? Tell me. What do we do when you and I meet?
We problem solve our entire lives.
Don't forget the laugh. All we
Yes,
do is
yes.
laugh. Because we just look at life in a good light. We don't worry about like we just look at life in a better perspective for some reason. If you were a toxic individual, I wouldn't be going to you because I wouldn't want, like I said, I value positivity. But no, you inspire me as well. All right. So that's also the reason why I call you not just my hairstylist, not just you're a good business owner, but because you're a real, genuine person. And I love that about you,
And I
Rachel.
love our appointments together. I look forward
It's
to.
fun. It's fun, right?
Yes. I have fun
And
with
you
all of my clients.
and I like how you're so flexible with me. I could text you like, Rachel, do you have an appointment now? Because I'm ready, and boom, I'll drive to you with
Not
no
everyone
planning.
gets that luxury, Candice.
Yeah.
So
All right, thank you. Now, Rach, moving on. All right, so creativity. Let's talk about creativity with our craft and balancing that creativity while running a business. All right, so again, it's one of my podcasts, and I truly believe that in whatever career you have, you need to apply creativity in whatever you're doing. As a teacher, as a mentor, as a school owner, now as a keynote speaker and a podcaster and aspiring author, I had to really find ways to be creative with what I'm doing. And in order for me to use creativity in what I'm doing right now in my current career, is really going on social media. I'm on social media maybe 6 hours a day. And yeah, yes, it's not because I want to, it's because I look for new trends. I look for new experiences when it comes to what's going on in our society right now, what's going on with, like, what do with my current women's advocacy group. I want to know, what are women dealing with, how can I inspire women to become better, all right? Or as a podcaster, what is that one episode wherein I can really talk about a topic, resonate with my audience, and really when they leave my podcast, they know that, hey, I can use this. I have to be creative and intentional now more than ever, because my career right now, a lot of people are watching me, and I don't want them to ever go back to what they were doing before. I want them to like use their be open to the new to society now, so that they can be better when it comes to, like, hey, I'm like, being aware of their surroundings. So there is a good balance of creativity when you are running either a business or just pursuing your career. So like what I do, I look for trends, and talk about those trends. I want to make sure that I present myself well, being creative with, how I look or how I edit my things, and even with the topics I talk about. I need to be creative on those things so that I can resonate with more individuals. All right, so that's how I manage or balance creativity while pursuing a career. Okay, finding trends. Now, Rachel, um, as a hairstylist or hair owner, I know that you do a lot of creativity as well. How do you balance the artistry of hairstyling with the demands of running a successful business?
You know, Candice, this is one of the hardest things for me to master, the balance of being behind the chair and running the business. You know, you have to be being independent. You have to be motivated and reliable and consistent, and the big problem solver when the problems arise. As far as the artistry of hairstyling, I mean, you need to be talented. I mean,
Yeah, you do. You do.
I you know, you have to be talented. And as women, we wear many hats, and I think balance is really important in our lives.
Yes.
You know, we're balancing our at-home life. We're balancing other people's schedules, our schedules, the needs of others, and oh my gosh, we need free time for ourselves as well. And it is really hard to do that. Thankfully, Florida's a lot more lax than what Ohio is. Ohio was very, you know, I love everyone in Ohio, don't get me wrong, but Ohio was very uptight. Things were just so. And Florida, I don't know how to describe it, but Southern hospitality is a real thing. It really,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, the filling the orders and the maintenance of the shop and making sure everything's up to code and waiting for state to come in and inspect and the cleaning and you know that versus being able to be creative behind the chair, it's something that just comes with time. It's not anything that you can really teach. You just have to kind of fall and bump yourself a little, and then you decide, okay, I need more time here. You know, I'll come in before work or all on the weekends. I'm doing mopping and inventory orders and things like that. So I think that's the biggest difference between working for someone else and owning your own. You know, you
Yes.
really have to do all of those things yourself. There's no one doing it for you. No one's washing your towels and folding them. No one's mopping your floors. No one's dusting your salon suite, writing down your inventory, going and picking it up. You know, they're not doing any of these things for you. Nobody's answering the phones and receptioning and making your appointments for you. And, you know, in Ohio, at my spa, I used to participate in the student intern program through Ohio State Beauty Academy, and I would have intern assistants, and that really spoiled me. They would be doing my blow drying and my shampoos for me, which saved my poor old back. But now I do it all myself here in Florida, and maybe one day I'll be able to do that again, maybe with LaSalle Tech, partner with them, and try to get some student intern program there. But I think that's the biggest difference, and the balance is really hard for me. It's really been hard,
Yes.
especially with starting out new. You don't think of the small things, but even programming people into my phone. When I first started out, it was you write everyone down in a book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a color consultation, and you write down their formulas and all these things. Here in Florida, when I moved here, I didn't even know anyone's name, and I couldn't even place their name with their face. I would remember their color formula,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't remember their name, and it was really hard. So I found myself, when I would get to know someone, I would program them into my phone after
Mm-hmm.
I did their hair the first time, and then I would make a little note. Example, my friend Adrian is like, Adrienne, level 1N and 20 volume. Her mom's name is Anna. And that's how she comes up in my phone, and it's just funny that way. It's just how you remember people. So if there's a little thing that I remember about you that triggers, that's who that is, it's in my phone.
Okay, how do you remember me?
Oh, Candice, you're unforgettable. And it says, I do have a side note of your daughter's name, but that's
And one reason that I also go to Rachel, it's not really just me. Even my daughter goes. She goes to see you because you're up to date. Like my daughter's like, Mom, like my daughter has like long black hair, right? And then one day she's like, Mom, I want to change. I want to change up my how I look. All right, so what do you want? She said this word. What is that? What's that? What did you think?
balayage. She said
Whatever. I can't say that.
balayage.
All right, she said that. She said, Mom, I want this. So I'm like, okay, let me text Rachel if she does this. And then, yay, Rachel does it. So, like I said, you being up to date with the modern times, just, it's important because you're not only dealing with me, my generation, you can also handle clients that are maybe the teens and the younger ones. And that's why my daughter is also a regular client because you're able to meet her individual modern needs.
Yes. It's
Right?
important to be trendy.
Yeah, you have to be trendy. All right, now my next question, Rachel, also talks about being inspired and up to date with the current trend, but we did deal with that. So let me change it up a bit. Like, how do you stay inspired with like how you do your trends or how you deal with people? Like, I'm gonna talk about inspiration. I think in my everyday experience, Rach, I just genuinely I just want to inspire people. When I became a teacher at a young age, when I see little students just like um, they start their first day not knowing anything, they're scared, they're crying, and at the end of the year I see the same students strong, confident, and now having a good conversation with me, able to read. That's what inspires me as a teacher. And now with this big career change, I call myself motivational speaker. You know what? I earned that. I think I earned that. I earned that designation because in everything that I do, in every post that I make in social media, I put my heart into it, Rich. I
Yes.
really look at what I've gone through in life that I can share with people through a quote, through a video, or through an experience, or I would research on what's currently could be affecting the society and put my my thoughts into it because you know what, like posting for me now have become more meaningful. Maybe back then I would post about, hey, I went to Busch Garden or I went to let's say a restaurant with friends. But now, no, I look at what can I do to inspire people because of this experience. Now I feel like I have a bigger goal to people, to life. That is, Candice, you got to be better. You have to find the goodness in you. Find whatever you went through in life and share and inspire others. And every day when I wake up, you don't know how my mind works. I just keep thinking, how can I be an inspiration to others? And I love it. And now I welcome life in a better light and perspective, because now I have a purpose in life. I'm not just Candice. I'm Candice who wants to make the world a better place. All right. So that's my inspiration, putting a smile on anyone and just resonating with whatever posting experiences or speaking engagements that I do.
And your
That's what keeps me.
your energy is so inspiring. Like, you're always so high energy, and I just love that. When I'm around you, if I'm tired, it just kind of falls away.
But I'm not saying, Rach, I'm not saying that I don't go through everyday challenges. We all do. But I'm just like, okay, one of those days, big
Yeah.
deal.
Yep.
It's part of life. No, right? Why dwell into it? It's part of life. Just get what you can learn from that challenge that you have in whatever comes your way on a day-to-day basis, right?
Right.
All right, now, Rach, what about you? What keeps you inspired? It could be inspiration with the new trends, or like inspiration as in general, like, as like, how do you inspire people, or how do you find yourself inspired to do what you do?
With hairstyling, things are always changing and always growing. When I first started out, social media wasn't even a thing. When a woman would come into the shop, we had hardback books, and they would open up and try to find a picture, a magazine, or they would give me a reference. Have you seen this show? Did you see so and so's hair? And so I'm really grateful now with social media and TikTok and YouTube and all these things, that I can get a visual representation of what they're trying to communicate to me. And I'm a very visual person, so that makes my job a lot easier.
Yes.
I can get a better idea of what they're talking about, because if someone says they want red hair, I want my hair to be red. And I'm thinking, okay, are you talking about like just a little bit red, or do you want like Sharon Osbourne red? You want copper? You want red? You want violet? You want mahogany? What's going on here? And when they can show me a physical, I love that reference. That way, there's no miscommunication, and they're crying, oh, I hate it, or whatever. So, but hair shows and things like that, for continuing education, I love going to those and staying current with the trends. And as a hairstylist, you're required by the state to get so many hours of continuing education. A lot of people just fill out the booklets online, take the test, whatever, and stay stagnant. But I like to go to the actual hair shows. When I was teaching at the academy, we had students talent showcases where they would have runway shows, and they were avant-garde, and they would come out, and it would be like, a circus theme, and everyone would just, have a student talent showcase, and I was judging for those. I've done hair for those. They did costume and makeup, and it was just wonderful. And I think it's just really important with the consultation too, that I've learned over the years. You attract clients that are like you.
Yes.
You bring
Yes.
them in. So if you're a miserable stylist, you're gonna have a miserable clientele. And if
Oh, wow, that's
well, no,
interesting.
and it has happened. I've seen it happen with my students going into the workforce, and it does happen. And it's nice that you get to know your client with that relationship, because you have to make their hair practical. You don't want someone who owns a school or is a superintendent to have hot pink hair, and then it's a complete distraction of class for the student. It's not going to work out. And then you want to make sure that the client, it fits their particular budget, the look that they're going for. Can they maintenance it?
Yes.
I remember years ago when I first started doing extensions, income tax time, these clients would come out of the woodwork. Hey, do you do extensions? And I'm like, hey, wait, whoa, who are you? Like, I'll do your extensions, but do you understand the maintenance of this? Can you afford a lift? Can you afford the maintenance on this? Or are you going to come in?
Right.
You will
Yes.
going to be my client and look like Joe Dirt after I've done your hair. I want to make sure that my clients can maintenance themselves.
Yeah.
And something practical that they can have on a day-to-day basis. I know when I was in high school, I used to love this salon, and I would get my hair done, and then I would go home and I would cry the next day because I didn't know how to do it. So that's
Right.
something that I always want to teach my clients. You guys have to be able to maintain this type of style. Otherwise, you're running from me when I see you in the Walmart with your head down, and I'm trying to say hi, and they're like, oh God, there she is. I don't want her to see me. I look so bad. And I'm like, I just want you to feel confident and good about yourself. That's what I'm here for. So I think that's really important.
Well, I think it's also because you value yourself. You have a high level of expectations for yourself. And
Yeah,
you kind of like, I know you always like, Candice, I think you need to come see me now because you like taking care of how I look and because
yeah,
you're the one who manages my hair.
yeah.
And if the fact that you're saying that if you cannot manage or maintain it, then let's not go to that direction because I want to be realistic with you.
Yes,
Right? Am I correct? Is that what you're trying to
yes,
say? Like if
absolutely.
you, like we can go simple but elegant. You don't have to go that full thing that you want to do, but in the end,
Correct.
you're having a hard time maintaining it because of maybe the price or because the time that you can spend coming to see me. So let's just do what you can meet, what you and I can meet
Yes, let's
together, so
do it.
that we both end up happy.
Yeah,
Because I feel like it matters to you that you're not looking at just this is a one time service for my client. You're really
correct.
looking at it long term. I want to have this client for the rest of my life, and in order for me to do that, I want to make sure that I'm with them every step of the way.
Well,
And
it
you're just
doesn't
and
make you look like a greedy stylist that's just out there for that quick buck. You know, you
yes,
really want
yes.
to maintain that client retention. And I love that. You know, I love that my clients want to come back again and again and again. And that I've honestly not had many clients that don't come back.
I
You know,
know. Oh, we
it's
love
not
you.
because maybe they were mean to me
Yeah.
and I didn't want them to come back. So, no, I didn't do that.
Well, you know what? Let me add with that. I think you attract your clients based on how you are as well. I feel
Yeah,
like they having that word like-minded individuals. Like I wouldn't be going to you and sitting down for 3 hours because I'm just like, no, I like talking to you because we think alike, we have the same kind of goals, we inspire each other. So I just wanted to share with listeners and viewers that Rachel and I are also part of like a women's group, and we are business owners in Tampa, which is like where we are in Florida, and we network because we're like minded. We want to elevate our lives. You want to be better. So my point is like you attract who you are. You
yeah.
attract your clients based on who you are, and yes, you can give them service, but in the end, like you also value relationships and you want to learn from them as well, not just like providing service. And that's how I see you as a person, as a business owner. You also want to grow from these relationships with your clients, and that's what you're good at.
And staying on brand, you know, I know you asked me about staying on brand while I'm keeping up with the trends, you know, because I'm almost 50 now, let's be real,
Mhm.
you know, so I'm not a teenager anymore, but I like to keep it classy instead of trashy, you know,
Yes.
not to say that I don't do flash color anymore, but I really feel that less is more. Maybe
Yes.
a tattoo artist or your particular career is something eccentric where you really, you know, need that eccentric look, then okay, I'm going to give you that. But I don't think anybody wants to, you know, walk into the bank and see someone with all purple hair. I don't even think they allow stuff like that. So it's important for me to ask that. And, you know, like kids during the school year, some schools have restrictions too
Hmm.
on what they can have as a student in class. It cannot be a distraction of class. It just depends and it varies from school to school. So, you know, it just has to be something practical. And this is, again, why the consultation is so important and getting to know that client in particular and
Hmm.
listening to what they're trying to do so that I can give them the service that they need.
All right, and let me add, your first one is like just basic. We get to know each other, and you kinda, I know Rachel. You set up already. Like this is how I'm gonna move on with this client because the second, third, fourth time that I sit in that chair of yours, I don't even need to say anything. You
Now,
all know me by heart already. You
yes,
know how to like manage my hair. We already have a plan the next time I meet Rachel because
yes,
she knows me so well. You become so personalized. It becomes so, our relationship becomes individualized and personalized that I don't even have to say anything. I just sit down there and Rachel knows exactly how she is going to make me look beautiful.
And life is like that. I think that the most important thing in life are relationships.
Yes.
It's more important than anything else to me is all of the relationships, because you just never know.
Yeah, you don't ever know. Maybe this person can be um, not just a client like
Mhm.
me. I became your friend. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And I know I met a couple of friends because of you.
yeah, and
Because of you.
I love leaving a lasting impression on
In
someone.
fact, yeah.
And a lot of people, I've been so grateful here in Florida. A lot of my clients have become really close friends, and they leave lasting impressions on me, and I am so grateful for that, because I knew no one,
Yeah.
and I was a social butterfly in Ohio. We were in a small town of 5,000 people. Everyone knew me, and here they were just like, who's that? And it was really hard. And now I can finally walk around my city and people are like, hey, Rachel, it's just wonderful. It's just
Yeah.
wonderful. There is a lot of nice people here.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Because like you need to balance your personal and professional life too. Meaning go out, have fun, meet people, right?
Yes.
All right, now Rachel, it's almost at the end. I don't like it because I like speaking with you. But if there is one concept, a topic, or quote that you want to leave our viewers with, what would that be, Rachel?
Candice, confidence is so beautiful, and that's the thing I love most about my job is I can make someone feel confident, about their self, and it's just my favorite thing. And different people see beauty in different things, and it's never more important what someone else thinks of you than what you think of yourself. uh, Beauty happens at the very moment that you decide to be yourself. So authenticity is gorgeous. Just be yourself, and that is the lasting
I
impact that
agree.
I believe.
I love that. I love that.
It's just be authentic and be you, and you're gorgeous.
And to be honest, that's a journey. I don't think you can ever say, I have found my full authenticity. I have found my true self love journey because it's an ongoing process.
Oh, you're always growing. Yes.
You're
And
always growing.
if it's not challenging, then you're not growing.
And like been sharing with my viewers, authenticity is not just the good part. It's you embracing those
Yes.
challenges in your life, making you a better person.
Yes.
So like I said, imperfections make you a better person because it's showing you how you can use your resilience, your strength, and your hard work to overcome those imperfections that makes you authentic.
Yes, I remember my dad told me one time, fail, yes, well, good. I said, good. If you're not failing, you're not trying, you're not
Yes,
yourself.
I
So
love that. I love
that's
what you said.
that's good. Keep trying. Try again.
And if you don't, if you can say like, I've never failed, I've always win, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then where are you learning your skills from? How are you learning life from? If you are out there saying that, hey, I can do anything. No, nobody can do that. Like, life is tough. You need to be able to navigate life by accepting imperfections, accepting challenges and mistakes, and being better individuals from those mistakes that you go through in life.
And water what you want to grow. Don't forget.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. I love the way you ended it. Truly inspiring because that's a bulk in my speaking authenticity. It's
Yes.
something that I have strong passionate with. It's in one of my keynote speaking. It's also one of the area of focus in my advocacy, women's advocacy group, because I think it's huge.
Yes.
People need to find their authentic selves in order to say that, hey, life is good.
It is
Like
great. And
with
that's the most
meaning and with
important thing
passion.
to be is authentic. Just
Yeah.
be.
So thank you for that lasting, one of your last sharing with my viewers. All right. So Rachel, thank you. So I want to thank you for sharing your story, your wisdom, your passion, your expertise, your stories. I'm sure have resonated with our viewers. And Rachel, why don't you invite our viewers? Where can they find you?
You can find me in Plant City at Hair with Adair. I'm at Salon Suites Plant City, and we're here on Alexander Street.
Mhm.
So, you can find me there.
All right, and or they can reach out to me. they can reach
Yes,
out
and
to me, message me, and I can share them
I
your link.
have a Facebook page, Rachel Adair Master Colorist, that is open to the public, so you can always message me on there.
All right. Thank you, Rach. All right. Thank you for being here. Love you.
Thanks for having
Uh,
me. Love you.
right. So, to my viewers of Intentional Excellence, again, again, thank you for always tuning in. You have made my life so incredibly fulfilling. Knowing that you are always there to support me by simply watching or simply reach, or when you reach out to me asking for like advice or anything like that, please know that it makes my life very meaningful and colorful and valuable when I am able to help people. So again, this is Candice Ruggiero. I'm on different social media platform: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and I do have a website, www.candiceruggiero.com, where you can know more details about what I do. And I have this podcast. It's on Spotify and YouTube. And I would love a subscript. Like if you could subscribe for free, that would really mean a lot. Or even leave feedback so I know where I can improve on. All right. So to my viewers, keep pursuing your journey with excellence, passion, and intention. Keep tuning in. I love you all. Have a great night. Bye.